Good evening, everyone, and welcome. And we got a special game for you tonight. This one part of the NBA Cup. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Now let's take a look at the top rookies in the league. Our rankings here for the race for Rookie of the Year. Distinction every young player would love to have. You look at George, not really the start he wanted to have for his NBA career, but the season is young. He can still fight his way, guys, into the conversation. And it's been a fairly drawn-out adjustment period for him in the early stages of his rookie season.
Maybe a little bit more was expected right from the start of the year, but that might have been unrealistic. Let's see what happens as the season goes on.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Brown in at the small forward position. And for Washington, Chris Middleton is out there with George. Then it's Koulibaly. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Sarr in at the 5. Roaming the paint.
Most of Sarr's best work is done at the rim. Look at him just throwing it down with ease.
Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Going inside. An easy 2 points on the layup. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Here's Brogdon. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Here's Porzingis. He takes it in. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more room for Porzingis to play with that kind of aggression.
Back to George. For 3, Middleton. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Brown. This game he had 10 points. The kick out to Tatum. Outside Holiday. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Well, nice three-point shot there. You just knew Holiday wanted to even the score.
Outside, George. Pass to Koulibaly. Back to George. Just 5 on the clock. Brogdon the pass to George. Over Tatum. The rebound by the Celtics. They are tearing through the league right now with 15 wins in a row.
I mean, it's been a lot of fun to watch these guys and how much they're enjoying this. Every team they face is trying to end this big run. I've been on both sides of a game like tonight's, and I'll tell you what, it's tough to keep up a streak. Gotta love the pressure.
Now here's Brown. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
And there it is for him. Middleton's got 5.
They don't want to leave Middleton from that area. His mid-range game is on fire, draining those shots often.
Tatum setting the pick for Brown. And finished off by Brown.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
DC family, let's welcome to the floor your Wizards High Squad.
numbers for Jason Tatum.
What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. He's averaging 46 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. And so much of what they do on offense depends on how he plays.
Well, he attracts serious attention from the defense, and that really does open up the backside for a lot of his teammates to take full advantage.
Here's Shaw. And he just worked New York in that last game. Here's Holiday. It's hauled in by George.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Here's Koulibaly. No scoring in this one. Brogdon against White. 5 on the clock. Brogdon the pass to Sarr. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Brian Keefe. David.
Now, we talked about Jrue Holiday and how he plans to stop him from being a factor out there. Coach said it won't be easy. He told me Holiday is a gifted two-way guy, but I think we can trip him up by staying on him on all times, by staying aggressive. So that direct approach is what they hope throws Holiday off his game, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Tatum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And a few teams so far, Brent, with a surprisingly rough start to the season.
Well, this is really where the staff gets tested, Kevin. You know that your team has been put together for specific reasons. Those reasons aren't yet playing out. So coaching staffs have to keep these players confident. They have to keep them working on the ultimate goal to improve things. And at some point, given an 82-game schedule, there could be a breakthrough and the team can get very hot very quickly.
And looking at Tatum's game, you know, he really doesn't have a weakness. He can give it to you in a variety of ways.
And so Tatum nails them both. Wizards trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Outside to Brogdon. George with the screen on Holiday. And here's Brogdon from the arc. Again, Brogdon missing.
Well, he's just really struggling right now with everything he's throwing up. Nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Brogdon. Following the basket by Derek White. Yep, that one goes.
A good job of getting inside. Brogdon finds a way to get 2 more.
And White kicks to Tatum. Three-pointer. Bangs home the trifecta. Tatum's got 7.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Middleton. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
The D had no chance, and Chris Middleton on the rise.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. White dishes to Tatum. Stolen by Middleton. Pass to Koulibaly. Nice ball movement by Washington. Sarr with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Wizards making a switch here. Kispert's checked in. Celtics leading by 5. Outside Tatum. Outside Holiday. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Holiday. Porzingis has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
You got to appreciate Porzingis, a willing screener, and he rolls quick to the open space.
And we've got a timeout call by Brian Keefe. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. for Jason Tatum. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Celtics, things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, the Wizards just need to take it a game at a time.
And, you know, for the Celtics, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, they're using that F word, focus. A lot of teams suffer from a lack of concentration in the early part of the season, but not this team. They're ready to play right from the opening tip of the very first game. And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Brogdon against Holiday. Brogdon the pass to Kispert. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And when you watch Kispert, you know, Brent, you can see the aggression he plays with when he's going at the rim.
Yeah, sometimes Corey will surprise you because you know he's a spot-up shooter and you know he's elite at doing that, but he will attack, go in there, and throw his body at guys to create some scoring opportunities.
The first one falls. Kispert hits both of them.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Brown kicks to Horford. Outside, White. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. Out to White. Pass to Brown. 4 on the clock. Fires away from way outside. Washington with the rebound. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Yeah, they sapped the energy right out of the building in that one. They just were knocking down threes, and it was deflating both for the team and the crowd.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Here's Holiday. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Malcolm Brogdon.
Appreciate Drew Holiday getting shifty there on the inside to draw the contact.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Boston.
And, guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Well, whether the defense is inviting these shots or not, they've been great in the mid-range. And so producing from there, that bodes well.
First one falls for him.
And there's so many plays where Drew Holiday will show you just how creative he can be with the basketball.
Washington making some changes. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Song. George comes in for Chris Middleton. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Coulibaly. He's off on the second.
So many things have changed around Drew Holiday. The one thing that's been a constant is that he's a hard worker, such a great all-around player who likes to be a leader, and he has been for this ball club.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
It's Brown on the wing. Defended by Kispert. Horford with a screen on Brogdon. White dishes to Horford. Excellent D there from George.
And, Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Celtics leading by 4. Brown outside. Stolen by Kispert. Driving the lane. Brogdon finds Smart. Brogdon with a screen for Smart. Hits it from 3-point range. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Wizards.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
For the Celtics. And here's a look at some numbers for Jason Tatum.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, this percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips and all of a sudden you're locked in.
Here's Pritchard. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Tatum against George. Tatum gets the bucket.
And there's the frame being put to use by Tatum. He knows he's dangerous down low.
Pass to Carrington. 1:04 left here in the first quarter. Smart wide open. He fires. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Hauser the pass to Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And the defense hates to see it. Tatum putting on a little bit of a show with that jam.
Wizards trail by 5. Here's Carrington. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's George. Rebounded by Hauser. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. And here's Tatum for 3. Doesn't go for him. And it's Smart with the ball for the Wizards. Here he goes. And slam dunk by Smart.
And this is where Smart's at his best, being aggressive, going towards the rim.
Tatum looking around. The 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Tatum's got 14 points for the game.
Now that's a high percentage look when the dude doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
On the floor for Boston. Tatum in the front court alongside Horford. And it's Cornette in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, you know Jason Tatum can score, and that's exactly what he's done thus far.
Wizards trail by 8. Pass to Carrington. And here's Smart. Now Kispert. A three-pointer off the mark.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Horford has a wide open look. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And it's Kispert in the corner. From outside, off the mark.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Outside, Smart. They set the screen. Over to the left wing. Here's Holmes, and it's blocked. Here's Pritchard. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Tatum. Picked by Horford. Here's Hauser. No good with the triple.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Harrington takes a three. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Here's Cornette. He points his last outing. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Wizards trail by 9. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team. To be teams hoarded their cap space to make a big splash in free agency. But Brent, why is that less common now?
Well, really the mechanisms for you to retain and maintain your star power has gotten easier for teams as they have gone out for big extensions to make sure that their star is shining brightest.
Kispert, no good. Boston leading by 9. Tatum passes to Horford. Here's Cornette, guarded by Holmes. There's a screen. Here's Hauser, and it's Boston with another.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
For Washington, they've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Kispert finds George. Nice ball movement by Washington. Shot clock at 6. Here's Smart. And another miss by Washington.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season, a full 14 teams finished with between 46 and 51 wins, with plenty of teams in the picture. Adam Silver is thrilled with the level of competition. He says, I think what fans ultimately want is to see great competition across the league. Kevin, it's certainly fun to watch.
It is, David. Bring it on, I say. The more, the better.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Kispert. Here's Smart to stop the run, and it's good on the way in. Smart's got 7 points in the game.
And that's an error by the D. You can't give someone like Smart that kind of position inside.
Pritchard passes to Cornette. Outside Tatum. Tries the spin move. No good off the spin. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for the Wizards. They trail by 14. Kispert, no good.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And yes, it's good. Tatum's got 20.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And Holmes throws it down.
Rashawn Holmes with the flush.
Boston leading by 14. Here's Tatum. Rebound by Kispert.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Smart deciding where to go with it. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Outside Tatum. To the wing on the left. Here's Pritchard. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Pritchard's got his 2nd basket of the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now here's Smart. He's guarded closely. Pass to Carrington. Ring shot on the way. Again, the Wizards good for 2. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Let's see the leading 3-point teams in the NBA. 3rd spot, the Celtics.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Celtics leading by 13. Outside Holiday. That one falls. His 2nd basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Well, you're kind of asking for it. Drew Holiday gets in that close. He's probably scoring.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Brogdon kicks to George. Here buries it from three-point range. George has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. And Malcolm Brogdon, Brent has moved around a little bit in his career, but he's always found a way to contribute.
Well, I think coaches appreciate, Kevin, the way that Malcolm plays the game in terms of his efficiency. They can always use that ability out there. A guy who makes solid decisions with the ball and is a knockdown shooter with high percentages.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Jaylen Brown at the line for one.
A fearless athlete. Jaylen Brown competes every single night on both sides of the ball. Something you want as a teammate.
Pass to Song. Back to Brogdon. Koulibaly with it. Just 5 to shoot. Brogdon finds Koulibaly. It's good from long range. George has got 6 in the quarter.
This story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
And it's White missing. Wizards trail by 12. Nice ball movement by Washington. Sarr's shot is off. Boston is on 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. White the pass to Holiday. There's the screen. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by George. George has got 5 rebounds tonight. Middleton outside. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Boston leading by 12. Inside. Here's Holiday. And Holiday throws it down.
How about Drew rising up? Getting to the rim. Love the power on that dunk, too.
Outside, George. Pass to Middleton. For 3. Boston grabs the miss. He went to Washington for the last meeting with the Wizards, and they came out with a win.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Now Porzingis, after Chris Middleton missed from long range, fires the 3. Porzingis can't hit. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Washington. It's a 14-point game. Next game, they'll take on the Pacers in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
At 6'5", Brogdon capable of getting up there. We don't see it all that often, but a nice dunk.
Holiday, the pass to White. There's 42 seconds left now here in the second. Got a hand on it. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. And Middleton the bucket on the assist from Brogdon. Brogdon's got 3 assists in the game. Brogdon against Holiday. Outside, White. Porzingis sets the pick for White to the paint. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, almost impossible to stop down low at 7-3. Porzingis over the top.
It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Brogdon.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Outside, Holiday gets the three-pointer to fall. Holiday's got 11.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then a nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
And so it's Boston. 13 points up at the end of the period. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Hey there, everybody. Jason Tatum has put his stamp on this game, looking so dominant so far.
Well, how about the game Tatum is having? Listen, he's putting everything in his bag, and he's going to work.
Tough to guard on the perimeter. Difficult to keep up with inside, man. A brutal matchup pretty much so far.
Fellas, what do you say we take a look now at the power rankings?
Checking out Boston. They're on a mission, you can tell. They came into the season locked and loaded, making a statement here early on, Ernie.
Still a lot of season left, but you couldn't ask for a better start from them. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Boston leading by 13. George is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Sarr. Then it's Koulibaly. And it's Brogdon in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Now here's Tatum. It's Brown on the wing. 6 to shoot. Holiday with the 3. They get it back. Porzingis kicks to White. Sinks the triple. White's got his team on the board first here in the second half for Boston.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Brown against Middleton. George with no one around. Here's Koulibaly. And Boston with the rebound. Here's White. The rebound by Brogdon. Wizards trail by 16. Pass to Sarr. Now George. Headed by Porzingis. Brogdon against Holiday. Brogdon the pass to Sarr. And he comes up with the deuce. Sarr's got 6 points.
This is why you involve the big man Sarr in pick and rolls. He understands how to take advantage.
And here's Tatum for 3. Comes up short with his 12th attempt. He has made 8 shots.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Outside Holiday. Outside White. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Now here's Tatum. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go. The kick out to Brown. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. Over Middleton. Boston, no good that time either. Wizards trail by 14. The layup off target. It's White on the wing. He's guarded by Brogdon. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis.
And Porzingis has that kind of touch at 7-3. He can hurt you in there.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's ready to talk things through with the team. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
at the numbers for White. Putting up about 10 points a night, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he really anchors them defensively with that tenacious play on that side of the ball.
He loves to get up into the uniform of his opposition and make you work for everything that you get offensively.
Here's Koulibaly. Nothing on the board. Pass to George from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Tatum kicks to Porzingis. And here's Brown outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Brown's got 8 points.
It's so smooth when Brown is feeling it from deep. No hesitation.
Brogdon finds Koulibaly. Outside, George. Back to Middleton. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Koulibaly. The Wizards with another miss. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Brown dishes to Tatum. Back to Brown. A 3-ball. Doesn't go that time. Wizards trail by 19. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, the Wizards' #2 overall pick, Alex Sarr, wanted to be in Washington, D.C., and his defense gets him on the court right away. Not to mention, the Wizards are in a rebuild, and if his offense comes along, he could be a foundational piece for this franchise. Everyone's excited to see the development of Alex Sarr.
You're right, a big piece. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. Celtics making a change here. Pritchard's checked in. And now we bring you the rookie leaderboard, featuring the NBA first-year players who have been dominant on the glass for the past 10 games and counting. 4th, Alex Sarr.
He's been playing some very determined basketball here lately. It's showing in those rebounding numbers.
Tatum against George. Tatum's shot is off. Wizards trail by 16. Outside to Brogdon. George sets a screen for Brogdon. Hands the 12-footer. Brogdon's got 8 points.
Nice to see Brogdon just step into one from the mid-range.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league recalibrated its emphasis on fouling during last season. Commissioner Adam Silver said there was a sense that offensive players had too much of an advantage, so an adjustment was made. The fans want great offense, but they want players to be allowed to play defense as well. I think that's what we're seeing. Kevin, it's a welcome change.
Welcome indeed, no doubt about it, D.A. Here's Brogdon. After Drew Holiday's score, goes up from the top of the key, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
hard to guess what Brogdon is going to do, but I love the control he plays with, especially in the screen and roll game.
Tatum with a screen on Brogdon. Pritchard passes to Tatum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And really a big factor in their win last time out was his work at the line.
And he knocks down the first one. Kispert's checked in for Washington. Marcus Smart comes in for Coulibaly. And so Tatum nails them both. Wizards trail by 16. Brogdon left side. Now here's Kispert. He's covered by Brown. Again, Brogdon missing.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
The 3 from Tatum. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Smart kicks to Brogdon. Ball stolen. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Outside Tatum. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Over Sarr. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beats you in so many different ways.
Now, here's Brogdon. He's got 10. To the left wing. Kispert wide open. He fires. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 6 assists here tonight. Outside Tatum. Brown sets a screen for Tatum. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Tatum's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Right side Smart. Brogdon outside. No good from outside.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
The 3 from Tatum. Hands it from downtown. Tatum's got 32 points in the game.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys. 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Holiday against Brogdon. Beyond the arc. Sinks the 3-pointer. Brogdon's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single 3-pointer in that first half.
Pass to Pritchard. In the corner. Tatum with it. Outside, Porzingis. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Sarr's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the middle. Nice ball movement by Washington. Now, here's Brogdon. He's got 13. The shot missing. Holiday looking over the floor. Here's Porzingis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
The assist.
Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one. There's a minute left in the third quarter. Now here's Smart. T right on him. Kispert kicks to George. off target with his three.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Now here's Brown. 8 points for him. Pass to Pritchard. Tatum on the wing. Unloads. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got his 5th rebound in this one. The shot by Brogdon wide open. Buries the corner three. Brogdon's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Here's Pritchard. Here's Tatum. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. And that one misses. What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for Boston. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. We'll return shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Wizards trail by 21 on the floor for Boston. Tatum in the front court alongside Horford. And it's Pritchard in at the 1. Outside, Smart. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And the rejection by Holmes. Stops, pops. Outside for Smart. Second shot opportunity. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And Smart doesn't go to the mid-range often, but he's an opportunistic scorer. He'll take any good look you give him.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Carrington following the bucket by the Celtics. Puts it up from 12. And it's Smart again missing. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Tatum. Well, the most important event of the NBA calendar might be in June. And it's not the finals, but rather for so many teams, Brent, the NBA draft.
Well, Kevin, it's a chance for you to set the table for your franchise. What do you want to have for next year? What do you want to have 5 years from now? And so all the work that goes in, the scouting, the intel work, to build up a team where you are making the steps and taking strides to become a championship caliber team, that stuff starts at the NBA draft.
First free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Holmes. And here's Smart. Shoots from the baseline. And it's Smart again missing. Celtics leading by 23. Outside, Horford. They set the pick. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Hauser. Puts up a deep three. Kept alive. Cornette passes to Tatum. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Drew Holiday's checked in for the Celtics.
Number 4, Drew Holiday.
For Washington, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Smart passes to Kispert. Boston grabs the miss. Tatum on the wing. The kick out to Holiday. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And Drew Holiday can make enough threes to make your defense nervous.
Now, here's Kispert. They need this. Rebound, Boston. Tatum's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Hauser. For the 3. Rebounded by Smart. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for the Wizards. And it's Carrington missing. Floats it up for Horford. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball.
At the line for 1, Carrington.
Brent is a guy who has played with winning teams, been in terrific cultures, and currently in one with the Spurs. What do you think is more important, team culture or raw talent?
Well, I believe in the culture carrying teams to a championship, but you can't do that without talent. So it's got to be a blend of both, Kevin, in order for your team to perform at its highest level. Culture comes first.
Now, here's Kispert. Clock at 4. From downtown, the Wizards with another miss.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Back to Tatum. Outside Holiday. Boston, no good that time either. Washington's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Nailed from three-point land.
He's accurate from behind the arc, and there's a reason why Chris Middleton takes a good amount of three-pointers.
And it's good, 2 points. Tatum's got 38 points.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Smart finds Middleton. From outside the arc, Boston grabs the miss. Holiday with the 3, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Holiday's got 6 here in this quarter.
That's confident shooting there from Drew Holiday. Got his coaches and teammates saying, yes, take that one.
Middleton outside. Another miss by Middleton.
The D really getting away with one there. No one on him. That's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And here's Tatum for 3. The rebound by Champagnie. Washington's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And Middleton kicks to Smart. An idea of voter fatigue, Brent. Do you feel voters get tired of the same guy winning every single season?
Yeah, I think they do, Kevin. And it's a shame because, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, those players looking back at the statistics from any given season deserve to be the MVP or all defense. And I hope that maybe that atrophy doesn't take place this year.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Now here's Smart to halt the run. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
They're trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his 2nd 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
Now Tatum. Washington with the rebound. Kispert's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Middleton the pass to Champagnie. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists in the game. The Celtics have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter. Oh, Tatum in position. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Tatum.
Yeah, that's a pass he's got to catch. Maybe just starting to relax a little too much with that lead.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. Now, here's Brogdon. Middleton outside. A three-pointer, no good. Boston's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Cornett. Down low. Tatum kicks to Horford. Back to Tatum. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
Poke loose. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
So it's Washington now. Saw the pass to George. To the inside. Sar with it. Pass to Koulibaly. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And all of a sudden, things really coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
Well, the run simply has given them a chance. Great work on both ends. They've got to now ratchet up a notch.
And the shot goes in. Middleton's got 5 points now this quarter.
Their plan working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Here's Shireman. Stolen by Brogdon. Here's Middleton. Peterson grabs the miss. Horford against George. Pass to Pritchard. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. Nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity. Always a plus. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Celtics.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooter.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jason Tatum.
just a force on the glass. Did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, it looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Now, here's Brogdon.
No problem getting a little bit physical. Brogdon's got a good, solid base build there and drew the contact.
Second team foul. At the line for Washington, Malcolm Brogdon.
The first free throw is good. Brogdon hits them both. And so the Celtics now can just hold on to the ball. Pass to Tillman. There's the pick. Here's Pritchard. Fires the three. Good on the three-point shot.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And with that, they remain undefeated in group play.
And with just one group matchup left, it looks like we'll be seeing them in the next round of the NBA Cup.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a five-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to, getting stops on defense. We challenged every shot. We just played hard tonight.
Great effort and a big win, Al. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Jason Tatum.